very, very pleased that Jason very kindly said, sure, I'll bring in one of the Percherons and we'll see what happens. Now this, folks, is a participation sport. You can actually score how well Jason and Moose go through each of their maneuvers, first in the bit, and then in the Nurtural Bitless bridle. Now you notice this big boy is a little bit agitated, and a lot of that agitation he's putting into the bit.
My name's Jason Goodman, head driver and hitch manager for the Priefert Percherons. Moose here is 11-year-old Percheron gelding, was actually raised in Alberta. He's been on the road for a few years. We've owned him for 6 years now. Moose is a horse that actually has some high-view Dragano bloodline in him, which is probably one of the hottest stallions in the Percheron industry. He's a phenomenal horse to drive because you never have to ask him to go forward. Usually just point him in the right direction and hang on. He's been wheel horse, swing horse, lead horse, right, left, Roman riding wheel horse, Roman riding in the swing, also Roman riding in the lead. Phenomenal horse, loves to show though. When you get him in the stall, he's the biggest pet, comes up, loves on you all the time. As soon as you put the harness on him, he can be a handful.
Thank you very much, Jason. Is he comfortable enough? You want to warm him up for a few minutes? He's good? Okay. Bring him around a little bit, and as you go around, I'm going to ask you at the walk periodically to ask him for a halt. And I'd like the audience to look in particular. Does he stop? Does he stop nice and calmly? And does he fuss with his mouth? So can you ask him to stop, please? And see how he stops, but look what he's doing with his mouth. Now we're betting that when we bring him into the bitless, he's going to stop a little quieter and not fuss with his mouth. Notice also that he's wearing blinders. When we put our bridle on, he's not going to have blinders. So when you're comfortable, if you can bring him up to the trot, and then ask him to stop from the trot. I'm not going to tell you when to do that. You just figure out yourself when's a good time to ask Moose to slow her down. And see, he does stop, but he's not exactly still. Now the other horses we've seen come in here, we had a barrel horse in the other day, and you can see the video if you like down in our booth just at the end of this alleyway. And the barrel horse, she said, no way, this hot horse, it'll never stop without a bit in its mouth. And it stopped better from the walk, from the trot, from the canter. It spun around better, and it targeted on the cone better. And so she's going to start competing in it. I'm just loving watching that horse. I'm going to bring him around center again, and then I'm going to ask you to ask him to back up, and we're going to see what happens. Whoa. Hey, Shauna, how you feeling back there? All right, you got anything else you want to show us? You can do a side pass, or... All right, this is my husband, Jerry B. Jerry and I were the first ones to work with our horses with this Nurtural Bitless bridle. And as Jerry is changing Moose into the bitless bridle, this is a draft size he's putting on. And as I say, we make these things, these bridles, size mini to mammoth. This would be your mammoth size. And I'll go around. So, what he's telling Moose is, when I pull on one rein, I want you to turn your head this way. When I pull the other rein, I want you to turn your head the other way. And if I pull on both reins, I want you to back up. Now that's it, Jason. He's yours. Normally what we do is Take a few steps at a walk and ask him to stop. Take a few steps at a walk and ask him to turn. And you're going to ask him to stop from the walk, stop from the trot. So it's going to take Moose. This is the first time that either Jason or Moose have ever taken a single step without this horse having a bit in his mouth. So it's going to take him a few minutes. This is one whole handful of hot-blooded horse. Let's let him calm down a little bit. We're going to give him a full 5 minutes to get used to this bridle, to get the idea that, oh, hey, I can do this. Watch his ears. See his ears flicking back and forth? That's your sign that the horse is thinking. How do you feel about bringing him around and asking him to stop on command? Give her a shot? Okay. At the walk, if he'll do a walk. Oh, that's so pretty. And would you ask him to stop, please? And he stops. And he stands still. Well, I'm impressed. Would you ask him to walk on and see if he'll do that again at the other end? We'll just make sure that's not a fluke. And ask him to stop, please. And he stops, and he stands still. Well, that was so much fun. Let's try it at the trot. This is so exciting for us. We have no idea what's going to happen when we come into this arena. And this was our biggest gamble ever, literally. And you're riding, so you decide when you want to stop him. And he stops, and he stands still. Let's keep him going at the trot and see if you can stop him again. Because this bridle works like natural horsemanship put on the horse's head, it just works on pressure and release. You apply the pressure that gives him the signal, and when you release, that's his reward. We have videos up on our website, which is nurturalhorse.com. And you can bet that this is one of the videos that's going to be up there within the next little while. It takes us 3 days to get back home again, a couple of days to recover. But look at that. He backs up. He stops. Geez, maybe Jason will try a side pass now.
This horse here is a very good test because I know this horse and he has a lot of heart and a lot of go. He still wants to put quite a bit of pressure against his nose, you know, so tries to put his head up a little bit, and then he will give to it eventually. He won't shut down like right now. I don't think that I could drive all 6 with him because it's a little more pressure than what I want to hang on to if you put 6 or 8 of them together. Maybe in time he might soften up a little more with it. But like I said, this is one of the most aggressive horses that we've ever had. This horse here, there's been several people that told us that there was no way physically possible to put this horse in an exhibition arena and hang on to him. But we like to drive horses that like to go forward and they love to do their job. Nice thing I like about this horse, you don't have to ask him to do something. You just point him in the right direction. So I don't know, it'd be really neat to see, you know, put a week on him and see if he softened up even more. You actually have more control over what I thought you would have to for as aggressive this horse is.
Thank you very much, Jason.